This conference will now be recorded.
So the agenda for today's session, we are going to discuss about two concepts. One is user administration in Jenkins. Second one is Jenkins notifications. How to make Jenkins job actions to be notified to the user. These are all the agenda for today's session. Jenkins user administration and then Jenkins notifications. In terms of notification, we can do two sorts of notification. One is notification of Jenkins through email. Another one, we can make use of a tool, okay, by using which we can configure our notification. So catalog notification. There are two types of notification that we will be discussing. Okay. First, let me start the user administration. Email and Catlight notification. This is a Catlight is a third-party tool using which we can configure notification. Okay. This email notification needs to be configured on Jenkins dashboard. Okay. This is a third-party tool using which you can configure notification. So first, with respect to user administration, each and every organization will have a hierarchy of users. It starts from we have a manager, we have architects, okay, we have developers, under which we have testers, okay, we have system administrators, okay. There are several hierarchy of users. Then based upon each and every user's privileges, the access permission need to be assigned. So far, what we are doing with respect to Jenkins, we are making use of this root user credentials. Okay, we make use of root user credentials. We created a user by name Thiru, so for which we have given administrator privileges, so that the Thiru can able to do all the activity. So here, in real time, we need to categorize users according to their privileges, and we need to set okay, access permissions for those users. Check those are the how to create users, how to restrict users to make access permission with respect to Jenkins in terms of the respective privileges is going to be covered under user administration. Okay. So when you install in terms of here, what we are going to do, we have already global users with respect to this Jenkins has been concerned. We have already two global privileges. Okay. So here one is root, okay, and another one is that is we call these the global roles with respect to Jenkins. We have a global roles. One role by default, whenever you install Jenkins by default, it will come. So here that role is the admin role. Admin role will contain all the privileges. What are all the privileges that we need? It will be given to the administration. Whereas here in this case, we are going to create a role by name employee. So under the employee, we are going to create three sub roles. Okay, this corresponds to global role, and then after that, what we are going to do, we are based upon the project, we are going to assign project roles. Okay, in terms of project roles, we are going to create three roles: one for developer, another one for tester, another one for operation team. Okay, sysops. Okay, operation team. And then here we are going to add some users. Okay, I am going to add Ram, I am going to add Arun, I am going to add Sham here. Therefore, what are all the things that is assigned to this developer role? Okay, what is role normally? Role, you will create a role and you assign a set of permissions to the role, and you can assign the role to the user. For example, this role, let me create a role by name developer. Developer role, here the permission that has been assigned to the developer role is developer role should able to access only jobs starts with dev. Okay, star dot star. Any job with the name dev star dot star alone it need to be accessible. So what I am going to do, first we will create a role, okay, step, and then after that during the role what we did, we will set the privileges. What are the access privileges? We set access permissions to the role, and then third we assign the role to the concerned user. Assign the role to the user whom which the role need to be given. What are all the user is assigned the role based upon the role's privileges the user can give. In this example, we are going to create one role by name employee. Under employee, we are going to create a project roles, develop, test, and sysops. And these are all the users. We are going to create these users. We are going to assign privileges and we are going to verify. So for that, what we need here is we can create some sample jobs. Okay, let me create some sample jobs under the. Let me create dev1 and dev2 line, and we create a test1 and test2 for, and let me create a okay sys1 and sys2 operation. So that I am going to assign the user Ram, okay, the developer role. I am going to assign the user Arun as a tester role. Whenever I log in is Arun, and Arun can access only all the jobs associated with the testing. Whenever I log in as a Ram, Ram can able to access only the jobs which starts with the developer. Similarly, Sam, when I log in into the Sam can able to access only the job starts with sys. Therefore, you create these 6 sample jobs. Okay, 6 sample jobs. That we don't need to specify anything. Just a job name is sufficient enough. You don't need to do anything. A simple ls command is enough. And then you create this next after that you create the role, and then you create a project role and create users and assign the users into the role and make a verification if everything is perfect or not. Okay, this is what that we are going to do. So whenever you install Jenkins, at the time of installation, it will ask for the password, install suggested plugins and admin credentials. Is it? During the first installation, it will ask for a password, username, password, and it will install the suggested plugins. Okay, some suggested default plugins will be installed, and then if we want to add some new features, we need to add the plugin associated with that feature, so that Jenkins can have an interaction with the existing okay models that we are in need of. Here, after that, we need to give the admin credentials. In the admin credentials, we have given a root credential for the user. So far that we have discussed. Okay, here. But in today's discussion, we are going to give the following credentials. We create the following credentials and set the privileges according to them. So here, for achieving this sort of privileges, roles, what we need a plugin. Okay, we need a plugin. So the plugin that we are in need of is role-based authentication. This is a interview question. Which plugin that we need for user? Role-based authentication plugin. The plugin by default won't present in Jenkins. Okay, when you install Jenkins, the suggested plugin won't hold the list of this particular plugin. Role-based authentication. You want to install this plugin in a manual manner. Okay, please make a note what we are going to do. This is the process associated with the user administration. Kindly make a note of it. The first step, we are going to create some sample jobs. Second step, we are going to create a global role by name employee. And the third step, we are going to create some project roles by name developer, test and systems. And then we are going to create users Ram, Arun and Sam. And we are going to assign the role. Step 5, we are going to assign the role to the users. And step 6, we are going to make a verification whether according to our assignment everything is perfect. Just to make a note, if an interview question has been asked, okay, how to assign a role, how to create a role apart from your default role. And you want to be able to list out the sequence of actions that you need to perform. Let us start my okay, let I make it as development server. Here only we have installed Jenkins, okay, dev server. Instance type, start the instance. Okay, so like we have this Jenkins var Java. To start Jenkins, Java -jar Jenkins.var. It will start the Jenkins. Okay, you need to get the Jenkins is fully up and running. You connect with this Control V colon Jenkins runs on default port 8080. Username and admin root Thiruva.
Admin.
Admin. admin. This user, okay. So you have two jobs, developer one and test one job. Let me create some sample jobs. Click on new item. Let me make it as development 2. Okay, it is a freestyle project. Okay, just namesake job is enough. Okay, apply and save. Back to dashboard. You are not going to execute anything, just to list. Okay, if you logged in as a developer, these two jobs will be viewable. Similarly, test 2 a freestyle project. Okay, we have developer task and test. Similarly, some another user user, we can create a job by name sys1. Apply and save. Okay, now we have testing, developer and sys job. Okay, so here what we need to do, if here we are going to create a user according to our requirement. We are going to create a user. Okay, let me create a user. Go to the Jenkins. For creating any user, you want to go for this manage Jenkins. Under manage Jenkins, we have a subfolder called manage users. Okay, so this is manage plugins. Similarly, we have manage nodes. You have a manager user, which is used to create, delete and modify users that can log in into the Jenkins. Okay, let me create a user. Click on manage users. You can find by default you have a admin user. Okay, this is the user associated with during the installation. Then let me create a user here. By clicking here, let me create a user. Let me create 3 users. Okay, username Ram. Okay, let me make it as all the same password. Create user Ram. Similarly, create user. But I create a user Sham. With password Sham. Okay, we have Ram and Sham. Let me create a user Arun. Now we have 3 users. Okay, we have 3 users Arun, Ram and Sham. Here, if you click on this user, you will get more details. So Jenkins user ID, and then what are all the things that they did. Okay, everything will be viewable. So here we are going to, now these users can log in into the Jenkins. This is a subset of this. Is also contains auto created users who really just made some commits or some projects and directly link on Jenkins. Okay, if you log out and log in as user, let me try. Log out and log in as user Ram. Pass Ram. Here it won't give any privileges. Okay, now you can find Ram as a user Ram. He can able to access all the details. Okay, whenever I create the user, so here the user can able to access all the details by default. So it should not be permitted. What we need? We need to enforce a control. How we can enforce a control? For that, we need to create a role and we need to assign the role to the user, and based upon that role's privileges, the user access will be defined here. Okay. So to create a role and to assign a role. Similarly, all the user logout and all the user will have all the control. Ram, that login as Arun. Arun will by default will get all the control. Okay. Sam will by default will get all the control. After setting privileges, so now I have under the user Arun, he is having all the control. Okay. Now I am going to restrict logout and login as admin. Okay, now you have logged in as an admin user. Here what you need, first you need a plugin. The name of the plugin is role-based authentication strategy. How to install plugin? Go to manage Jenkins and go to manage plugins. Under manage plugins, go to available section. Available section, here in the filter, specify role-based authentication. It took some time. Role-based authentication. Got hanged. Now you can find role-based. Once you type the role, just a refresh. Role-based authentication strategy. Click on this. Okay. Enables user authorization using role-based strategy. Roles can be defined globally or for a particular job. So I click on install without restart. Now it will install the corresponding plugin. Okay, now it is perfect. So go to dashboard. Now the needed plugin is installed. Manage Jenkins. And you go on configure global security. Here you can define the privileges for the user, who is allowed to access the system, who need to be denied. Everything can be done by using this configure global security tab. Configure global security. Okay, under which you go for this authorization. Here you can find logged in users can do anything. Okay, that is the default thing that it is presented. Here you want to choose. Here that is the reason why when you logged in as a Arun or logged in as a Ram or logged in as a Sam, all the privileges has been listed. Here what we need to do, we want to enforce a role-based strategy. Therefore, choose a role-based strategy. Instead of the default selected login users can do anything, role-based strategy. Okay. So click on role-based strategy and click on apply and save. Now the user based upon the role, okay, then only let me make a logout and make a verification. So let me log in as Ram. Let me check what happens here. So access denied. RAM is missing the overall read permission. Similarly, if you log in as any user, the user will be restricted. Let me log in as Sam. Sam also will be denied with the permission. Also because we have changed the default privileges of doing anything into a role-based access. Okay, now the initial user got all the permissions. After installing this role-based strategy plugin and making this option as a role-based strategy, the user doesn't have any privileges. Now both of the is not the correct thing. So what we need to do? We want to create a role and we can set privileges to the role and we can assign the role to make a check. Yes, up to now is it okay? Any doubt what we did so far? Sam, Rajesh, Arun?
No, sir. No,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
No, sir.
Dinesh? Yeah, yes.
No, sir.
So everything is perfect.
Sir,
Okay.
I'm having one doubt.
Yes, sir.
Sir, so in admin you have installed that plugin, right? Role-based authentication plugin. So that time you changed that role-based strategy. So before that, if I log in by Arun, so that time all privileges given to that role, right? So in by logging with the Arun login, so can I install role-based authentication? And, can we change that
Learning
strategy?
want to install, it should be under admin. The admin privilege alone will contain all the things. If not, you can create a user and set the permission as admin user and you can do. You need admin privilege.
Okay.
He alone can do all those things. A normal user is restricted, will be restricted.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So now to set this role, again you want to be as a admin user. Here my admin user is Raman. Okay. I want to log in as a admin user. So after logging as an admin user, you want to assign roles. Where to assign roles? Once again, go to manage Jenkins. Here you will be a option manage and assign roles. After that role has been installed, you will have an option manage and assign roles. Handle permissions by creating roles and assigning to users and groups. Okay. This option will be available only after installation of this role-based strategy plugin. Okay, click on manage and assign roles. Here you can go for manage role. Being the first time you are going to create a role, click on manage roles here. Here the default you have global role, you have project role, okay? You have slave roles, etc. etc. Here by default you have only one global role called admin. Here, okay, the admin role will contain all the privileges, read, create, delete, all the credentials that it is needed will be present for the admin role. So here what we are going to do, so here we are going to create a new role. Okay, how to create a role? Here we are going to create a global role by name employee. Let me type employee here. Okay, let me type employee, EMP employee. So let me add a role. Click on add. Now you have the employee role and you can assign the needed privileges. What are all the privileges? Okay, you want to assign. So you want to assign the employee read privilege, create. Okay, what are all the things that you want? You can assign to the employee. Yes. So that the under employee you can create a project based. You can create a project based. You find that here it has agent. Okay, you can able to create a job, delete a job. Okay, So, and then it can able to run a job. Now we can find, okay, workspace, read, job, all the actions associated with this. Okay. So if you want to view, then you want to click on create view, delete view, read the view. Okay. So these are all the privileges. Here the privileges that you want to assign according to your requirement. It depends upon, it will be decided by the architect. Okay, to which user and which global role you want to create, and here under which user need to be assigned which privileges will be defined by the architect. Okay, according to your organization's requirement, you want to go for this. Yes. So now I created a role by name employee and added the role. Okay. So based upon organization policy, we need to assign. Please make a note. So for this example, I have said something. Now we have two global roles. One is admin role, another one is employee role. Now let me create a project role. Okay, go to the project role. Let me here create a project role. Let me create a role to add. First, let me create a developer, developer developer. Okay, so the developer need to assign any jobs dev star dot star. The pattern here refers, okay, what privileges, what are all the things that need to be listed here. In this case, any job which starts with dev star dot star, star dot star, after that anything need to be accessible by the developer. Okay, so let I click on. Now you can find there is no project role. Once I add the role, you can find the developer role, and you can define what credentials the developer can create, delete. Okay, he can able to view. Okay, so you want to define the credentials. You can create a job, you can delete a job. Okay, you read the job. Similarly, the developer want to run the job or not. Okay, so according to what privileges will be given here. Similarly, what we need to do, we want to add another role. Let me add a role similar to developer. Let me add a role, tester role. Tester, the pattern here is test star dot star. Okay, any job with this will be viewable by the tester. Similarly, you can create privilege, okay, any privilege, update. The tester what they can do, developer can build. Okay, so it is up to the choice according to your need. So similarly, let me create another project role, developer, tester, and admin or sysadmin. Okay, sys role. Okay, the sys role, sys star dot star. Need to view the jobs starting with sys. Okay, let me add the role, and you can set the project credentials. This is the way by which you need to add a project role and set the credentials. Okay, is it clear what we did so far? Now we have two global roles, one admin role which contains all the privileges, and we have created a role by name employee. So, and we have three project roles, developer, tester, and sys. Let me apply and save. Apply and save. Now we have created the roles. Okay, now we have created the roles. What we need to do next, we want to assign the role to the user. These are all the roles that we have created. Okay, admin, employee, and we have three project roles. Okay, now we are going to assign the role. Go to assign role. Click on assign roles. Now you can find the user. Okay, Raman. Raman is administrator. Okay, so now user or group to add. You have an option called under user or group to add. We have already created user or not?
Yes, sir. We have created.
Okay, so let me add the user. What are the users that we created?
Ram, Arun, Sam.
Ram, add the user. Okay. Sam, add the user. And then Arun, add the user. Now we have users. Ram, Sam, and Arun have been added. So here, if you want to assign Ram admin, you can assign directly admin. If not, all need to be under the employee. So therefore, I chose the checkbox associated with the role that we have created, employee role. Okay, please make a note. Now we have item role. Under item, we have tester, developer, and sys. Is it? So user group to add. Once again, here add the user Ram, add the user Sham, add user Arun. Now we have all the three item roles also added. Okay. Here Ram is assigned the developer. Sam is assigned as a tester. Arun is assigned as a sys user. Okay. Now you have created this item role and assigned who is going to act as a developer, who is going to act as a tester, who is going to act as a sys. So if you want to assign both, then it is possible. Okay, Arun need to be assigned developer means that is possible. So now we have created these global roles and we have created the item role. Global roles are admin role and employee role. All the user comes under employee role. Under employee role, we have the following item roles. Okay, tester, developer, and each and everyone. Ram is a developer, Sam is a tester, and Arun is a sys user. Initially, what we did for the developer role, okay, only the jobs starting with the developer alone need to be listed. Similarly, we have configured. Okay, so after that, we want to click on apply and save. Everything is perfect. Now log out and verify whether all are. If you log in as an admin, now everything need to be listed. Okay, log out. If you log in as the RAM, here the RAM, the pattern has been defined. What happened for the pattern? Now we have defined the pattern. Is it only the developer job alone need to be listed? Okay, we have defined the pattern and we have provided all the information. Let me go for some. Okay, so let me one time restart the Jenkins. So to restart the Jenkins, simply restart at the end. Okay, you want to restart, that's all. So during assigning roles, okay, we may assign this something. No, log out that we make a verify what we did here. Move on to admin. Dev1, Dev2, okay. So manage Jenkins. Then we verify just. Go to configure global security. Under authorization, role-based strategy. Okay. Markup CSR plugin manager. Apply and save. Go to manage Jenkins. You have a role, manage role. Okay, so let us assign a role. Arun, okay, all are under employee and global role. Okay, similarly, Arun says all other things are perfect. No roles, no need to go for a node role. Back, go to manage roles. Oh, sorry. What is the reason? The employee is, please make a note, the employee is given an administrator. Overall privileges has been set. That is the reason, okay? That is the reason why, since overall privileges has been checked, and here the user who is assigned to this employee got the administrator privileges. Okay, that is the reason. So now you make a verification, apply and save, log out. Now login, re-login, Ram. RAM is missing overall read permission. Okay, so let me set the permission. Overall, we need to set the read permission. Log out. Admin. Manage Jenkins. Manage roles. Click on manage role. Okay, employee is not be administrator. They need to have a read permission. They need to have create permissions. Okay, this permission except the administrator, we need to set this permission. Okay, tester want to. So here we can verify whether they have a view permission, run permission. Here we have a view permission. Under view permission, it should have created a deleted. Okay, so configure view and tag. Okay, let me once again save, apply and save, apply and save. Log out, log in again. Now you can find Ram can able to view only all the job starts with development 1 and development 2. Sam can able to view all the jobs start with testing. Sam. Now we can able to view all the jobs starts with the T, test 1 and test 2. And then Arun couldn't able to view anything. Okay, why? Because let me check Arun. Where it is? Arun should able to view all the jobs start with the sys, but we have nothing has been here. Why so? Because Arun, the job that it is listed for Arun is capital letter. Yes, okay. All the job starts with go to the admin. Go to now admin tag. Sign in as admin. Go to manage Jenkins. Go to manage role. Here, go to the manage role. Okay, now we can find for sys. The pattern here is a capital letter sys. That is the reason. Is it clear? Okay, we have only small letter sys. So you want to click on no matching projects found. Now if you add a pattern as okay. For existing role, okay, you can modify the pattern. So instead of that, what we can do, let me create a new item with sys1, okay, sys1 freestyle project, Java. Let me make it a system, svs star dot star. So let me drop this. Okay, so here being it is a small letter, it is not a listing. Rename it. You can give the name sys rename. Oh, already in use. We have created, I think so. Okay, back to dashboard, and we have a job by name sys2. Log out. Now you logged in as Arun. Arun can able to view this sign in. So now you can find that Arun can able to view the job. This is the way by which you need to create a user authentication. Yes, clear? This is role-based authentication. Please go through for 5 minutes. If you have any doubt, please let me know. I will give you 5 minutes of time. Kindly go through what we have discussed. If you have any doubt, please.
This conference will now be recorded.
Next, we are going to configure a notification. Okay, email notification. So in the email notification, in certain time it won't work with this Gmail. Okay. So இதுல வந்து இதை யூஸ் பண்ண முடியாது. நம்ம இன்டர்நெட் எக்ஸ்ப்ளோரர்ல மத்த இதுல வேணா நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணலாம். இந்த இதுல வந்து குரோம்ல வந்து சிலதுக்கு ரெஸ்ட்ரிக்ட் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்காங்க. Let me check how to configure. அது மட்டும் சொல்லிடுறேன். So for configuring email notification, so here the topic போடுவாங்க Jenkins Gmail integration போடுவாங்க. First, you want to go to the Jenkins dashboard. Okay, here to which job that you let me log in as an administrator, log out, log in as an admin. Go to the job to which notification need to be done. Okay, choose the job. Here go to configure section of the job. Okay, here I want any action that happens to job development one need to be notified. Go to the job, go to the configure section. Here what I need to do, after execution of the job it need to be notified. Therefore go to the post build action. What happened, what need to happen after the build has been success. So go to add post build. You want to add a post build action. Okay, so these are all the post build actions. So click on add post build action. Under add post build action, you can find email notification and editable email notification. Okay, click on email notification. When you click on email notification, now it will list the recipients. So to whom it need to be notified, that mail ID need to be given. Now I am going to give Raman at gmail.com. Okay, so this is the mail ID. Okay, so if you want to be notified to multiple people, it need to be separated with spaces separated. Apply and save. Now the notification has been configured. Next, what we need to do, you want to configure the SMTP server. Okay, in your real time, the SMTP server's IP address need to be specified. I will let you know how to configure. Once again, go to dashboard. So go to manage Jenkins. Here configuring your SMTP server. This will be done by the help of the administrator, network administrator. Manage Jenkins. Then you want to configure the system. Here you can find a email notification, global timestamper, okay, Git pipelining, Git pipelining. Yeah, you can find the email notification tag. Here you can find a SMTP server. You need to specify the name of the mail server. Leave it empty to use the default server. Okay. It is running. Java uses Java mail for sending out emails, and Java mails allows additional settings to be given as the system property. Okay. So here you need to have the Jenkins mailer plugin, which might have been configured. Okay, by default. So for SMTP server, what you need to do? You want to specify the SMTP server. SMTP dot gmail.com. So here in real time, so your SMTP server in your organization need to be specified here. Please make a note. SMTP server in your organization need to be specified here. Default user. If your user's email address can be computed automatically by simply adding a suffix. Okay, no need to have any suffix. Go to advanced. Here in this advanced, you want to choose use SSL, use the secured socket layer. Okay, and then it asks for SMTP port. The default port SMTP port is 465. This is the default port where SMTP is looking for. Please make a note. SMTP port 465. And then the character set that we need to support is UTF-8. UTF-8. Okay. So you can click on test configuration by sending a test email. Once again, test email recipient Raman. You want to specify to which mail. It needs to be ramansaranga@gmail.com. And then here you can simply test the configuration. Simply click on test. So this is the fail to send out email. So authentication is required. Now you can find authentication required. So support.google.com. It is explicitly denied by Google. Okay, I will let you know how to resolve. It is the problem of Google. Google won't permit. Okay, I will let you know how to resolve this. But this is the if you go for your organization's SMTP, it won't okay deny this. It will by default it will permit. Please make a note. Being I don't have a SMTP server with me, so Google denies that. In your real time, your organization will have a SMTP server using which it will be possible. Please make a note. Okay. If you simply click on the development job and build now, if it is properly configured, this bill will be notified to the Gmail. Okay, this bill will be notified to your Gmail. But now we need to configure something on Gmail. That is the reason. Okay, Gmail is not providing. So you please make a note what to do, how to configure a Jenkins notification. That is sufficient enough for us. Okay, clear? So what we have discussed in Jenkins, we configure Jenkins master slave zip. The another way of notification is you can make use of once again a third party tool called Catlight. Another way of configuring a notification. Catlight notification. Catlight. So build status notification. Catlight will monitor Jenkins job status and show notification on your desktop. Okay. So here you want to download Catlight for Jenkins download. Okay. Here this Catlight notification will give a pop-up message. You please make a note. So here you want to click on Jenkins build certified notification download Catlight. Okay, I had already Catlight downloaded. Download for Windows version. Okay, so I already configured Catlight on my machine. Simply click on download and double click to install. Okay, download for Windows, download for Linux. You can simply download for Windows. Okay, and double click, it will install Catlight here. Okay, so during installation of Catlight, what it will do? So it will ask for the Jenkins server URL. Okay, it will ask for the Jenkins server URL. Then you want to specify the public IP address of Jenkins Catlight setup. Okay, you can find the Catlight setup on this save. I already have a Catlight setup. Yes. Now it is 83 MB. Right click, open when done. You want to set up it. Okay, and the download this. Downloads on desktop. On the desktop, you can find this Catlight. So this is your Catlight setup. Our Catlight is configured. So connection with server error calling min HTTP. Okay. So these are all some networking issues. Okay, associated with. Go to Catlight. dashboard, polling, proxy, all builds, my build, build stars, build files. What are all the things that you need to configure? Need to be listed here. Okay. Hide work item changes. Okay, so you need to configure. So you need to configure a Jenkins server. Actually, during installation itself, add a new connection. It will ask during the installation itself, since I had already installed. Now add a connection. You want to choose this Jenkins here. Click on Jenkins. Here you want to type the server URL. Jenkins public IP address, the machine, the public IP development server, public DNS, copy. Go to the catalyst configuration where we have. Here again. At the configuration எங்க பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தோம்? க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிட்டோம். In the catalyst configuration, you want to configure the Jenkins server. Okay, you want to type the public IP address of Jenkins server under the new connection configuration along with the port number. Okay, configuration is needed. Settings. Okay, under server URL, Control V, :8080. This is the port number. You want to specify the credentials. Admin. Okay. So these are all the things that you need to go. Now let me verify whether we can connect from this. Yeah. So here you can find, once it got connected, it will list all the jobs. Whenever what action you do on the development 1 job or development 2 job, or if you want, you can test, you can check which job need to be notified. If you notified all, if you do any action on all the jobs, it will immediately notify. Okay. So now I have configured all the jobs to be notified. So go to the Jenkins dashboard and try to run anything. A small pop-up notification will be appear. on the machine, on the client machine where it is configured. Okay. So that and the corresponding client machine, it will be notified. This is the way by which you can make use of this catalog notification. Yes. So this majority of the discussion on Jenkins are over. We have left out with one important concept called Jenkins pipelining, scripted pipelining. How to go for this Jenkins scripted pipelining by using a script called Groovy script. Okay, we will discuss the thing on tomorrow. By tomorrow, Jenkins will be over by tomorrow.